Hello there. Today I'm going to be going through the New King James Version Open Bible. I'm super excited to be doing this review for you guys. I've been using this Bible and going through it for the last couple of weeks, and I can't wait to officially take its slipcover off because I think this is such a cool and unique resource and tool that I want you to know about it. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Steve. Thanks so much for stopping by the channel. While you're here, you're going to get challenged and encouraged to be the Christian you claim to be. I'm going to do that by going through scripture and reviewing solid resources and tools to make your day-to-day better and more Christ-focused. For those of you who are here all the time, thank you so much. I love you and pray for you often. Let's get into this Bible because I think it's super cool. I'm really super excited about it. It is put out by Thomas Nelson, the New King James Version, okay? The Open Bible. This has been around for a long time. What I don't know, let's see if it says it on here, because I didn't, this is the one thing that I'm only thinking of now, was which edition this is. And we'll see if it pops up while we're looking through there, because the Open Bible has been around for a long time. My pastor has been using this Bible for decades in its different editions. Some of them are better, some of them are not as awesome. This is the hardcover. I choose, if you watch this often, I often choose hardcover editions for like study Bibles and reference Bibles, because that's what they are for me, is a reference. They sit on a shelf and I pull them out when I'm studying, but they're not my day-to-day Bible, so I don't need it to be genuine leather. It sits on a shelf much better if it's hardcover. Okay, so it does come with this slipcover. Let's show you the ISBN here. This says it retails for $29.99, which is true. There's the ISBN. I did not buy it for $29.99. So if you're interested in something like this, keep your eye out. Amazon does have sales from time to time, but Christian Book has sales all the time. And you can get things at a greatly discounted from just the standard price that's on the back of the Bible. I don't remember exactly how much it cost me, but it wasn't bad. So this is going to tell you a little bit about the Bible. If you want to pause and take a look, you can. All the different kind of features and articles, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. You'll see in a minute. I've marked a lot of stuff out so that we can talk about. So hopefully this doesn't go too long, but I appreciate you hanging in there. All right, so there it goes. It's off for the last time. This is just a basic dust cover. I don't keep those for any specific reason because they're not hard enough for me to protect the Bible. This is also a hardcover Bible. So here's something funny. I don't even know what this is. So if you do know what it is, or if you're watching and you're from Thomas Nelson, this was in my Bible, just where you saw it when it got sent to me. Isn't that funny? So I left it in there because I want to hear from you guys. What the heck is this? And why is it in my Bible? It might be something. Maybe it's from a different Bible. All right. So this is, again, the hardcover. It's a really nice, pretty gray. I actually really like the cover. It stands out from some of the other Bibles on my shelf. They did stamp the ISBN on the back there. I don't have as much of a problem with a hardcover Bible as I do with the leather ones. Yeah, you know, if you've watched any of my videos, I have beef with this. It's just my thing. It's just my opinion. But why not just stick it on the inside? With a hardcover book, it doesn't bother me. I don't know why. On the spine, it tells you what it is. The Open Bible, this is all inlaid in there. New King James Version and the Thomas Nelson sign. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's very pleasant to look at. I'm excited to use it and get into it. It does come with one ribbon. Thank you so much, Thomas Nelson, for giving me a ribbon and a hardcover Bible. I always prefer to have 2 or 3, but I'll take one, especially if it's in a hardcover Bible, because I like my ribbons. I like using them. I've marked a bunch of stuff out that we can talk about here. And so let's get into this thing and show you what is in here. This is not what I'm going to say is a typical study Bible. The actual study, like commentary notes, it is not overwhelming. In a typical study Bible, like say the ESV study Bible, you have the text here and then you have the notes here. This doesn't do that. So it still gives you, it lets you do the work yourself. This is a red letter edition. We'll take a look when we get into the New Testament on that and take a look at some of that other stuff. So let's take a look at what's in here. You get one page in the beginning that you could write on and your presentation page. Please fill this out. In 100 years from now, somebody in your family will have wanted you to do that. And then we get the title page. So Thomas Nelson, New King James Version by 2K Denmark. I love 2K. I've kind of fallen in love with 2K Denmark's typesetting, especially the New King James Version text. It just is really pretty and really pleasant to read. I know that maybe that's a funny thing to say. I would never have thought about it until I owned a bunch of different Bibles, and I really appreciate how easily it is to read and how pleasant it is to my eyes. Printed in China. All right, so we're going to get an introduction, okay, to the reference system, what works here, how the Bible is laid out. Study Bible, I'm going to keep calling it a study Bible. It really is not, but I don't know what else to call it, extensive reference Bible. In a study Bible, you're going to get a list of contributors. I have a little bit of beef with this, and this is my one part of constructive criticism. I have checked up on a lot of these people, but the contributors to the study aids are important, or to the people writing the commentary. There's not tons and tons of commentary in here, so maybe it's not as important, but these are the people that put this Bible together. Here's why I say I have just a little bit of beef with this, and it's not personal to these people that I'm going to mention, but I do read through here, okay? Assemblies of God radio evangelist. That seems funny to me. This person, there's a couple of names in here. Pastor, of First Baptist Church. Now, don't get me wrong. That doesn't mean that this person is not an intelligent individual. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is these people contributed to everything in this Bible other than the actual Word of God. I would love to see some different credentials, or some credentials that didn't just say radio kind of evangelist. So maybe Thomas Nelson just, I don't know. All I know is that stood out to me, is you have founder and president of a ministry, or a director of publications. A lot of times in study Bibles, you're going to get PhD of Hebrew, which is going to help me understand the Hebrew. So some of these qualifications just stood out to me as as interesting. That's all. So I wanted to make you aware of that. All right, you're going to get the table of contents. Old Testament, New Testament, and then a bunch of other stuff. So in a Bible like this, the table of contents is important, because it's going to give you references so you don't have to just flip through the Bible and look through them, because sometimes these things are buried in there, or they're at the end, and you want to be able to flip right to them. As soon as I'm done here, I'm going to put tabs, because little tabs on the outside, I have these little stickies that I use that help me flip open to these different parts of the Bible, and I'm going to do that because there's so much in here that I'm going to refer to in the future that it'll be much easier for me. So it gives you the preface, to the New King James Version. Tells you a little bit about the text and the format, and how things were written, why they chose to interpret things the way they did. How to study the Bible section. This is big, especially if you're not new. It's always good to read somebody else's, ways of doing things that might help you. That's one of the reasons this channel exists, as a matter of fact, because maybe there's something that this guy has to say that's going to help you. You can take 1 or 2 points about how to study. That's going to make your day-to-day better. I try to share things that you don't have to do it my way, but maybe you can pull something out that will help you during your devotional time, devotional Bible study, okay? Studying for knowledge. You know, they'll help you, give you tips and tricks on how to do that. A Christian's Guide to New Life. So what that's all about, what being reborn is, what it means kind of to be a Christian, and it's going to include references, you know, to scriptures that you can check out. This section, I can almost guarantee you that I will use this, maybe not daily, but very often. Topical index to the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. So I have 1 or 2 Bibles that have these, and they're fantastic. So and this one is substantial. Okay, look at this is the whole thing. This topical index. This is all topical index. What a topical index is essentially just what it sounds like. So you want to know more about Abel. Okay, it's going to give you references that deal with Abel. Maybe you want to learn more about being accursed or being under a curse. It gives you sometimes a very brief 1 or 2 word definition, and then a bunch of different situations caused by objects of being accursed and the verses that go along with it. So this section really is invaluable, and I think will help out any Bible study. You're going through and you want to do a word study, or you want to know more about a particular topic, not just the specific word. You can go in and resource and reference all these Bible verses that talk about that issue or that topic. And I think that's a fantastic resource. I always like Bibles. I just did a video not too long ago, so you can look that up. I'll try to drop a card on reading through your Bible. You don't have to do it in a year. It doesn't have to take you a year. But I always appreciate a Bible that has a reading plan in it. You can copy this, take a picture of it with your phone, or just mark it up in your Bible. You want to read through the Bible in a year? Here's how you can do that. Okay, and we get into the text. So there are like book introductions. The book introductions give you information like who wrote it. That's super important, right? Who wrote it and who it was written to. Sometimes why, what time, like when in history it was written, what was going on, and I'll give you a basic outline. That's important information as you're studying a book of the Bible, which I suggest and recommend to do. Study them book by book. That information is important, and you want to know all those things because that's going to help you understand. It's going to help you interact with the text. The Bible can't mean something to you that wasn't intended by the author or would have been understood by the original readers. So that being said, you kind of need to know who the author was and who the original readers were. That'll help us with context, and context is king, right? All right, so as we keep going, this really is, again, I'm a big 2K Denmark fan, as you might be also, and it really is very pleasant to read through. You have your references in the middle, and there's a lot, copious cross-references. And you do have some commentary, it's not like a typical study Bible where it's half and half. See, I can flip open and not find commentary on the bottom and a lot, but you do get it from time to time. All right, so see, here we go. That's why I listed this out, is because there is commentary and it'll give you a little bit of information on obedience to God's word. Okay, stuff like that. But it still lets you do the work, and I appreciate that. All right, let's flip open to some of these other sections that I have mapped out. Okay, so this is the in-between section. In between the Old Testament and the New Testament, you get a visual survey of the Bible. I am a visual guy. This kind of stuff helps me tremendously. A little bit about it, timelines, what's going on, what the different types of books are, the Gospels, the Epistles, Acts. And it gives you a history of the people, okay? Tells you a little bit more about what was going on in these different sections of the Bible in the life of Christ. And again, I'm visual, so charts help me out a lot. Timelines help me out a lot. Pictures and maps help me out a lot. And this has a lot of that in there. I marked this section just to show you the beginning of a Bible, or of a book, sorry, and what that looks like and the information that they give you. All right. So we have the harmony of the Gospels. I like these sections too. I've seen them in a couple of other Bibles, but this one has a pretty copious extended version. And it's just different accounts that are in different Gospels, when they happened, and which Gospels they are in. And then you can see, like, for example, it's in both Matthew and Luke on this one. And that might help your studying a little bit. Prophecies of the fulfilled Christ. So again, what a cool section. Here you can do a study of prophecies and fulfilled prophecies and go and look through the entire Bible using this information that they've given you, okay, to look up super important information such as the prophecies. It does have an extensive concordance. There's a list of prayers. So it gives you a lot of this information in the back. The Apocrypha. What is the Apocrypha? I want you to study that on your own. But basically, they're intertestamental books that are not God-breathed and are not inerrant, infallible. But some churches, such as the Roman Catholic Church, says that they are. You need to know that. You need to know what these books are and do a little bit of studying on why they are not considered by neither Protestants nor the nation of Israel, whose book the Old Testament is, for lack of a better term. They were never considered God-breathed, okay? So those are important things to know. It gives you a whole lot of information about the period between the Testaments. So we'll skip past the concordance here and get to the back. We get to our maps. There's always a note regarding the type, 2K Denmark, right? So we get to the maps. The maps, they're not too glossy. Sometimes they print it on paper that's super, super glossy and it's so shiny that it's hard to see. But these are actually really nice. I like the way that the maps are printed out and the colors that they've chosen to use. I struggle a little bit with color. For those of you that know the channel, know I struggle with colors. So if they use funny colors, sometimes it's hard for me to see. And you do get a page in the back. So this has been a review of the Open Bible, Complete Reference System, hardcover, New King James Version by Thomas Nelson. I think this is a fantastic resource. I do my best to review resources that I think will help you and that are solid resources that will help you study and that will help you interact with the text in a better way or a different way to really help the body of Christ to grow closer to Him. So I really appreciate you guys watching and hanging in there, because this is a fantastic resource that I think would look great on your shelf. Thanks again for watching, and don't forget, be who you claim to be. Hey, if you like this video and feel that it may help others, make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe. And if you've enjoyed the content and feel led to contribute to help this ministry continue, I've put a link to my PayPal account in the description. Have a great day. May the road rise to meet you.